Alright guys, I'm back again. It's Dan, modern dad, fat dude, English dude, whatever you want to call me. I'm good with it. I've been called much worse by much worse. So, there you go. Anyway, so what I want to talk about today is the Galaxy Note 9 and the OnePlus 6. A lot of people are going on how, the OnePlus 6 is the same phone for $529. Well, this is the $579 version. And it's the same thing as the Note 9 at $999. Well, it's not. And that's probably going to upset some people that I say that, but it's not. That's just the way it is. You see, in a nutshell, the OnePlus 6 can't do everything that the Note 9 can do. But the Note 9 can do everything the OnePlus 6 does, and more. But let's get through that, because that doesn't mean I'm saying the Note 9 is a better phone, and I'll get to that at the end as well, of my personal feelings and opinion. So first things first is, one's $1,000, one's, in my case, $579. Price difference, huge, there's no way around it. But if you take them on the value of what phone is what and what each phone does and how somebody would use such a phone, like me, the Note 9 is a business powerhouse for me. It does a lot of things that I can't do with the OnePlus 6, or if I can do them on the OnePlus 6, it's nowhere near as efficient or as good or as detailed or as fine as what I can do with the S Pen on this. So, Note 9. Average use of a Note 9 for Dan in his job, without going into specifics for him. But I can be out, let's say, out of my office where I'm always doing my videos. I can be out of my office and I may need to make a quick change on the fly in a job that we're doing. And normally I'd take a photograph, bring it back to the shop, print it out, dimension it up. I could be 3 or 4 hours later than when I got the first instruction that I needed to make the change. With the Note, I can take the photograph, I can pull out the S Pen, knowing that I can use it, intricate detail, make some quick sketches and drawings, make some changes to the photograph that I've just taken, dimension it up, everything like that, change colours, bit of grading, things like that, and then I can send it to my guys in the shop and they can get on it straight away. They don't have to wait 3 or 4 hours. So it saves a lot of time in that aspect, and that in business is also a lot of money, because it's not just one person working on it. You're waiting on my time, the guy that I send it to, and then the other 2 or 3 guys who are going to assist him to do this thing. In the time that it's took for me to wait, drive back to the office and hand in everything, the stuff may already have been done thanks to the Note 9. So that's one thing it's good for. Another good thing for is, in my position, I sign a lot of documents. There's a lot of documents I've got to sign: purchase orders, agreements, licensing, all kinds of stuff. Normally I have to do that here. I don't carry a laptop. I'm not into carrying laptops around. I have a desktop, I have my phone. Normally I'd have to do that when I'm back here. Nowadays I can get the emails come through, I can sign off on whatever I need, make adjustments, changes, anything, and it's done. I can, again, save hours and hours of time just by carrying around the Note 9. Something else I can do with the Note 9 is, some of the places I work can be kind of wet, and I have no fear with the Note 9 of pulling that out and it getting wet. Drop it in a puddle, wow, who cares, whatever, just dry it off, it'll be fine soon. That I can't do officially with the OnePlus 6. So there's just a little brief nutshell of things that I do. Also, one other thing, because I do 3D drawings and CAD drawings, this it has the same 128GB storage as the OnePlus 6, but I can put a 512GB storage in here. That means I can download DWG files on the go and then put them into my computer without having to wait and download them back at the office. I can just bang, done, put my SD card in the office and I'm ready to go, I'm off. So there's that as well. The expandable storage feature on this being so huge is great. So that's the Note 9. That's what I would do with the Note 9 on a daily basis, other than use it for a regular phone. I probably get 200 emails a day. I probably go through 100 calls a day. I probably 100 texts at least, and I might spend 3 hours of my day talking on the phone. So that's your regular phone use. Now the talking on the phone, the text, the emails, I can do on the OnePlus 6, but the other stuff I can't do on the OnePlus OnePlus 6, or if I can, like I said, I can't do it appropriately. So that's why the Galaxy Note 9 to me is a great workhorse. Workhorse being the key word. Flip over to the OnePlus 6 if you don't need a phone that you need the S Pen to do certain things with, where you need fine lines, drawings to be able to dimension things out. If you don't care and not going to be near water or anything like that, or worried that you're going to drop your phone into something, or walk into a very humid area where moisture could get into the phone, if you don't care that you're not going to use over 128 gigabyte storage, then the Note 9's really not for you. Now, don't get me wrong, the other nice thing about the Note 9 is the giant AMOLED screen. The screen is second to none. When Samsung throw out a screen on any phone, the flagship phone, that flagship that comes out that day is the best screen on the market at that given moment until Samsung release another one. The Note 9 is better than the S9, 6.4 inches. It comes out the box 1080p, but you can ramp it up to QHD if you like. The colors, it's so bright, it's great. So I can understand people buying it just for the screen. That's what I very first did when I got my very first Note. People laughed at me, but I loved the large screen devices. And now look where we are. It's one of the most popular smartphones on the market. So, yeah. If you don't need all that other stuff though, and you don't mind a screen that is still pretty good, and I'm going to say it's probably one of the better 1080p screens out there today, is the Optic AMOLED screen on the OnePlus, then this phone's going to be perfect for you. It's super quick. There's no doubt about it. It can multitask like a demon. It's got 2 gigabytes more of RAM in this version over this version of the Note 9. The $1,000 Note 9 has 8 gig of RAM. Do we need it? Don't know. Future-proof? Surely. But, yeah. It rocks the same Snapdragon 845, so you're getting the same processing power. It keeps the same Adreno graphics. So, again, pure power when it comes to things like that. No removable storage. Both have a headphone jack. Apple, their top selling accessory for the last 2 years at Best Buy has been the 3.5mm to lightning jack. That lightning dongle. I mean, come on. That just tells you something that people are not ready to give up. So you get all these people looking down at someone like me, especially kids. No, we need Bluetooth. Get rid of wires. Well, it just proves that you're wrong. Okay? It didn't take courage at all from Apple. They did that so they could try and sell more of their AirPods. That's all it is. It's a money-making scheme. Just like when you get your new iPhone and there's no dongle in the box. You know why? Because everybody who buys an iPhone who wants wired headphones, they're all going to have to go out and spend $10. That's a lot of $10 across the world. Think of that. Apple aren't stupid, but they're also extremely greedy. Just like the last iPhone didn't come with a fast charging block, but it did fast charging, but they wanted you to spend X amount of cash to... Anyway, this isn't a bash on Apple. That's a whole new video. So, people like the 3.5mm headphone jack. These both carry them. You're good to go there. They both have really good Bluetooth. Great for that. With them being Android devices and both being on Android 8, well, this is Android 8 and this is 8.1. I think this is 8.1 actually, but you know that Android Pie is coming to this quicker than this one. But either way, you know that they both got aptX HD. So they're going to sound great, like wired headphones, both of them using Bluetooth devices. So, you know, they're both really good when it comes to that. Let's pull them out of their cases. Let's see if I can do this quick. It's 97 degrees here today and I'm sat out here doing a video. People must think I'm absolutely nuts. This rag is not for anything other than cleaning, to get your mind out of the gutter. So when it comes to these phones, I've just fingerprinted them both anyway. They've both got fantastic build quality. No doubt about it. Both got glass backs, goes around the side. The Note has like a chamfered edge and curved back a bit more. So does the OnePlus 6, but the OnePlus 6 doesn't have the curved screen. I actually prefer the flat screen. I wish they would start making a Note or an S9 again with a flat screen. They look great, but I just, you know, dude, look at me. I got chubby paws. Sometimes my inside of my thumb touches the screen and it's so annoying. Think of fat people. If you're getting chased by a bear, I'm going to save your life because it's going to eat me first. So think of that. Alright guys? Anyway. So fantastic build quality on them both. They both sport dual cameras, except this one has an f1.5 low light camera as well, and it is just all the way from 2.4, so you get great sharpness in the daylight, great light intake at the night. I've put some shots on my Twitter account, links down there, showing you some night shots. I even took a video where it was pitch black and all you could see was a few little lights in the distance. Stopped the video, instantly took a photo, and you'll see the green grass on the field, the play area for the child's play area, fencing. It's amazing. This camera is amazing when it comes to night shots. Like I say, this one also has the dual cameras, but it's set up a little different. The second camera is used solely for portrait mode, which is a bit of a waste. It's not telescopic, where this has the 2-time lossless zoom. This doesn't. It's a bit of a waste. It's a shame, but it's a good camera. Daytime pictures, this will go up against anything. It'll go up against the Note 9, it'll go up against the Pixel. The improvement they've made with the camera on the OnePlus 6 is amazing. I really would not mind if this camera was in the Galaxy Note 9. I really wouldn't. It's that good. I wouldn't lose any sleep about it. Put it that way. It still does decent night shots. Not as good. You get quite a bit of noise in some of them, but they're still very, very good. Like I say, daytime, they're great. What else does the OnePlus 6 have? It has almost stock Android. That means this thing is fast. Like, blazing fast. I've used this for a couple of days, and I've come back to this for today because I've got an issue with my Note 9, and T-Mobile are being dicks about it, and I'll be making that video later, letting you all know how horrendous it is trying to get a phone, especially a $1,000 phone, replaced by T-Mobile. It's horrendous. But yeah, I've lost my train of thought. That's right. So the skin, it's Android. But it's pure Android, pretty much like what they would call vanilla Android. It's Google's version. But what they've done, they've took that and then they've added their own little bits into it. God damn, mosquitoes, go away. They've added their own little bits into that Google experience and made it better. Now let me tell you, this is so good that I would say that this is the iPhone of the Android world. No doubt about it. If Google had their head screwed on right, they'd have gone to OnePlus 6 and said, guys, instead of buying HTC, we want you to make the Pixel XL3. Could you imagine how good that would be, sporting Google's camera technology and cameras, software optimizations? Don't get me wrong, they're good in this, but then it'd get the instant updates. It'd just be, hands down, the best phone on the market, by far. Don't get me wrong, it's one of the best phones. It's probably top 3 out of the 5, if not takes top 3 place out of, you know, this and the Pixel. It's probably a toss-up between these two, and for number 1 I'm going to put Pixel at number 3 nowadays because it's not aged very well. But yeah, so that's the other thing this has got, is pure speed. So now we spoke about what these phones do and can't do. This phone is for your everyday person who doesn't need all that hard stuff but wants a good device that's going to be fast, doesn't slow down, and it's kind of eye-catching too. This is the kind of phone you can walk into somewhere at night and somebody who wants a new phone or is a little bit tech inclined or likes cell phones will come up to you and say, wow man, what's that phone? That phone is awesome, I've never seen anything like it. And then you'll start a whole conversation about the OnePlus 6. I walk into somewhere with a Galaxy and they're like, that's a Samsung, it's cool, do you like it? Yeah, great. And that's it. This phone does give you that, it's a bit of a wow factor, let's say. And I'm not trying to make it sound like, oh, big head. No, because it's $579, this version of the phone. You ain't no big head with $579. What you are is a wise head saving the cash. So yeah, let's talk about my experience with these phones. I pulled my SIM card out of this phone this morning because of the issues and I put it in that. And straight away, this blows the Galaxy Note 9 away when it comes to smoothness and speed. People are going to tell me, no, my Galaxy Note doesn't do any of this. You're kidding yourself. Don't get me wrong, the Galaxy Note is fast 90% of the time. But then every now and then I'll get a judder or a stutter during an animation, flicking pages, doing multitasking, flicking through the apps, things like that. Something might take a little longer to open, and I'll try and show you a little bit of that in a bit when I'll restart both devices and I'll tap on the icons as close to as each other and you can see what happens. But the speed difference between these two phones is amazing. The OnePlus 6, it makes this look like a Note 8 or Galaxy S8, S7. That's the speed difference. This even blows the pixel out of the water. Keeps more apps open for multitasking, whereas this keeps a lot of apps open, but sometimes it does have to restart them because you've got that heavy Samsung skin. It's a lot better than it used to be, but it's still there and it's still heavy, and they throw the kitchen sink at Samsung devices, and you know, a lot of people like that. I'm not calling for that. It does more than I need it to. It's fantastic. If there's something I need to do, this is probably going to be able to do it, whereas this, I'm going to have to find something to make it happen, blah de blah. But I like speed. These two phones are very different, but which one would I go with? You would automatically think I would go with the Note because of my workload, but using the Note for the last couple of days, I've really missed the OnePlus 6. What have I missed? Well, what I've just spoke about, the speed, the fluidity. There's nothing else like that on the market unless it's an iPhone. And OnePlus can hold their head up high and say that they have got the best Android device out there right now. If they made an Android One version of this phone, the Galaxy Note 9, then it might be a different story, you know, where it just put the S Pen features onto a stock kind of Android, then would be a real different story. But as it stands right now, go away wind. Well, see that? It's not been windy all day, and now I'm here with you talking and someone's farting all over me. Anyway, so yeah, if this didn't have the heavy skin, then performance would be a lot closer, but I'd still say that this beast here would still beat it. So which one do I prefer? Like I said, most people are going to think that, and I've really been missing this. If I had to give one phone up right now, and I was told for the next 2 years I had to stay with one of these devices, and only one, and it had to be a full 2 years, I'm going to go with the OnePlus 6. The performance on the OnePlus 6 just outshines anything on the Note 9 for me, unfortunately. I know for a fact that in 6 months, 12 months, whatever, the OnePlus 6 is still going to be faster than the Samsung devices. Samsung have a history of their phones degrading, software degrades, whether the NAND they use is a bit cheaper, I don't know, and that degrades, but I know for a fact that my phone's going to get more updates on the OnePlus 6. It's going to stay faster, and it's always going to look cooler than this. And then at the end of the 2 years, they're probably going to be worth about the same, because the arse falls out of Samsung phones on the resale value after 6 or 7 months. OnePlus phones seem to keep the money quite well, so a couple of years it's probably still going to be worth $300, a bit like that. It'll be worth $350. Difference is, in a couple of years, hopefully these will still be around $600. I've just paid off half of the new one, whether it be the OnePlus 8, whatever it'll be by then. Whereas by the time we get to the Note 10, it's going to be worth $300, and the Note 10 is probably going to be $1,000 still. You see what I mean? So I go with the Note 6. Usability, speed. The sound's pretty good out of the headphone jack. Not as good as a Samsung, but still pretty good. The speakers are crap on the OnePlus 6. Notice how I said speakers? I shouldn't have done speaker. It's crap. Hopefully they look at that next time going forward into the T series. The speakers are better on this, but I can live with those downfalls on the OnePlus 6 because the actual user experience is far better on the OnePlus 6 than it is the Note 9. It's okay having all this hardware, but if your software isn't quite as good as what it is on the competitor that has got the same processor, more RAM, and a lighter skin, if the software isn't as good as that one, then this is just going to run better all day, and it doesn't really matter what this is. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Galaxy Note 9 and the OnePlus 6. I'm not telling you what to buy, I'm just saying my personal opinion about it. The OnePlus 6 is a great phone. I think it's the best Android phone you can get out right now. By far, for the money, $579, you are crazy if you're looking for an Android phone, and don't buy this. And rumor is it's going to be with T-Mobile. God, if I got a story for you with T-Mobile. But rumor is it's going to be with T-Mobile, the OnePlus 6T, in the fall. If that's the case, this is going to be the phone to get. The Note 9 is an amazing phone, and if you're a businessman and you need these things and you can't live without them, you're going to love the Note 9. Alright, you're paying a little bit more, but you're paying a little bit more for the name, the brand, and the goodies that they throw at you with the S Pen and things like that. So yeah, there's my thoughts. I'm keeping this. He's being relegated for now. And that's it. Alright guys, let me know what you think. If you've got both phones and you've used them both together like I have and seen the difference like firsthand, let me know what you think. If you've got the Note 9 and you're not all that impressed, let me know. If you've got the Note 9 and you think it's the best phone you've ever used, let me know. I'd love to hear it. If you've got the OnePlus 6 and you think that phone is the best thing since sliced bread, let me know, because I think it is. Alright guys, catch me on Twitter at ModernDad. Like I said, links down there below. Come and have a chat. Alright bub, I'm going. Fat Boy is signing out. Peace.